Hey, so welcome. It's Thursday, time for some gratitude. I was thinking yesterday, I was talking about how when we stop taking things personally, lives get a little easier. So there's an interesting, I think, connection with not taking things personally as it relates to gratitude as well. So the way I'm thinking there is, if someone says something unkind or is being mean towards me, if I don't take it personally and actually look at whatever they're doing or saying through the lens of, I don't know what's going on for them, but their meanness or their lack of kindness is more of a reflection of what's going on for them than it is necessarily about me. The interesting thing is, I think gratitude works the same way as well, meaning if they say something really kind or do something really loving or sweet towards me, it's also has less to do with me, and it's more of a reflection of what's going on for them that they would be doing that. I happen to be the beneficiary of that sweetness or kindness, and I think that's the part I want to focus on today in terms of gratitude is remembering that we're the recipients of something positive that's happening that actually uh, is happening to us or for us. So gratitude is this embodied experience where we become aware of the fact that we're the beneficiaries of something good that's happening, and it has nothing to do with anything that we've necessarily done. So that person's kindness or their behaviors, it's just lucky me. I'm on the receiving end of that. So thought we'd do a little meditation here where we focus on these two aspects. So gratitude, the first part is obviously noticing the goodness. So a big part of that just has to do with taking the time out and frequently throughout the day and really intentionally sort of looking around and surveying our life in that moment and looking for things where we say, oh, that's a good positive thing that is happening, and then recognizing that the sources of this goodness lie outside of the self, meaning we're the lucky beneficiaries of this, but we sort of want to take the ego out of it and assuming that, well, I deserve this or I did this. It's really just, no, this is happening to me. So yeah, let's try that out. I'll guide you through a few different scenarios. So start by closing your eyes and just dropping into feeling the seat, feeling your feet on the ground. If you're knee on a couch or leaning up against something, just noticing the back being supported by the seat or the furniture. Noticing how the head is being supported by the neck, long spine. Just noticing the support that is happening in this moment. And then bring to mind someone you love, someone you care about, or maybe someone loves you and you know that they really care about you. And the first step is just to notice positivity or the goodness that is their love or their kindness, disposition towards you. And then coming into contact with the fact that they're, for whatever reason, we may not be able to explain, you had the good fortune of bumping into them in your life and having them in your life. And they seem to like you. They seem to appreciate you. Probably express it physically, verbally. And that is something that is they're doing. Just noticing what it feels like to simply be the beneficiary of that. Just allowing the goodness or the kindness to wash over you. I'm lucky to have them in your life, have had them in your life, and how lucky that they seem to really like you and want to express it. Then next, bring to mind an object, like a physical object in your life. Maybe it's an instrument or some items in your kitchen that you enjoy cooking with, or some furniture. Doesn't really matter. Just notice for a second how, again, how lucky to have this item in your life. Maybe just reflecting for a moment on how did it even end up in your life in the first place? Where did it come from? Was it given to you, or were you lucky enough to find it somewhere and purchase it? No matter how it got to you, there's something really wonderful and lucky about fate having sort of put this item in your possession so that you get to benefit from it. Just feel into the gratitude for that. Next, bring to mind a place that's outdoors. Maybe it's a hike or a favorite bench to sit on, some place that you appreciate, outside, natural environment. And again, starting with just appreciating the goodness, what it feels like to, when you're there, and then recognizing that the beauty of this place is something that is just a gift. Whatever plants or animals are there, maybe there's a trail, or humans have created some way to access it and enjoy this place. All of this has just happened, and we get to enjoy it. Next, think of an activity that you enjoy. So maybe it's playing games or an athletic pursuit, some cooking earlier. Maybe it's sleeping. Doesn't really matter. And just notice positivity and the goodness that this activity provides, what it feels like to engage in that activity. And then again, appreciating that somehow at some point in your life, you were introduced to this activity or you stumbled into it. Now it's a significant part of what helps you feel positive. Imagine you had never been introduced to this activity or had never been able to try it out. How different life would be. Next, think of food, maybe your favorite food, if there is such a thing. Maybe there's a few foods that you really appreciate. Again, starting with just noticing the goodness and what it's like to eat and smell and taste, engage in the consumption of this food, how much that adds to your life. And then appreciating the gift in all of it. So not just that you happen to like this food and you found it and I'm sure there's lots of foods I've never tried or tasted that I would probably really enjoy. I just haven't encountered them yet. We have this food and all the things that happened that we have nothing to do with in order to get that food into our life. The people growing the food, people bringing the food to the markets, people in the markets allowing us to buy the food. There's so many aspects as they relate to food that we have nothing to do with, and yet we benefit from it on a daily basis. And then last, but certainly not least, something about yourself that you appreciate. Could be physical, could be spiritual or psychological. But just noticing something that puts a smile on your face where you say, yeah, this is something I really enjoy about myself and how I operate in the world. And then even there, appreciating how that part of you, that quality, that too was a gift. Somehow, maybe you had people in your life that taught you something or helped you become aware of certain aspects about yourself that you are now the beneficiary of. I'm almost 6'2". So when I go to concerts, I'm always lucky. I get to see everything, and I realize I'm just lucky. I have nothing to do with height that my body is. And yet I appreciate it every time I'm in that situation where I need to see. I go ahead and take a deep breath in through the nose, long, slow exhale through the mouth, pushing the air out all the way, and then hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more in through the nose, through the mouth, relaxing the shoulders and the hands and the belly. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your eyes come on back to the session. So the invitation here is to, throughout the rest of your day, is notice the good things as they're happening, and then see if you can connect with the sweetness that is this awareness that this is just happening to me. This is happening for me. In my experience, it makes gratitude even sweeter. So hope that was helpful. Hope to see you tomorrow. Take care.